Welcome back. So in this video or this lesson, we are going to be building our second AI agent. Now let's actually go back to the first one we created, which was our Zendesk one or our first Zendesk one, and click these little ellipses menu on the far right and click add to pod. Just because now that we're going to have two agents, we want to classify them under one pod or rather one grouping just for better organization. So click add to pod and well, I guess actually we'll have to go create a new pod just because I've already got this one made. So head over to pods on the left hand side, click this plus icon and let's create a new pod. We'll say Zendesk Slack and let's create pod. And I'm going to add in this newest agent and click add one agent to pod. All right, perfect. So now I have one agent within this pod. And now I'm going to go over and click on add agent. And this is where we'll add our new agent. So I'm going to say create new agent. And now let's actually skip the step and let's head over to Udemy. Now, this may or may not still be lecture 15. It depends on if I add new content to this course, but for now it's lecture 15, or rather just reference these titles. These titles will probably not change. So we have the below instructions. So the trigger when a new message is posted in the Slack channel, and then it's going to look at the message that I'm replying with. So if the message is the phrase update ticket ID or update ticket followed by a ticket ID number, then extract the data that I'm sending, aka let me go to Slack. So it's basically going to look for if I'm saying update ticket number and then look at the message here. So if you want to be mean and say something like you're not getting a refund, buddy, luckily our agent will reword this into a much more professional manner. So you could be completely mean here in the chat, and then the AI agent will send it to the end user, but in a professional tone. So that's kind of, I guess, neat if you wanted to do that. But anyways, that's what's happening. It's going to listen to these channels and see what the ticket number is that we're sending, and it's going to summarize and kind of professionalize the summary of the ticket resolution. So let's head back over here, actually head back to Udemy, and let's copy all of this, and I'll click save. Don't think I edited anything, but let's go back and paste this in here. Head over to trigger and we're going to type in Slack. So now that we have our instructions pasted in here, we want to head back to our trigger, click add trigger, and then head over to Slack, click on Slack, and we're going to say new message posted to a channel. So something annoying here is, as I'm going through this again, is you can't select multiple channels. So essentially we're going to have to just duplicate this agent 3 times. So we're going to have the main version reference off development support, and then we have to duplicate this once it's done to read all the other messages or read all the other channels, which isn't a big deal just because we don't have to do much customization at all, if any. Let me verify. So we're going to say when a new message is posted in the designated Slack channel, do so-and-so, extract the data, polish the message, and update Zendesk. So yeah, there is no customization here. So all I have to do is duplicate this 3 more times to pretty much account for all the other channels. So let me enable this agent and let me click add to pod, select the pod, and actually I think it's already in Zendesk Slack. Okay, yeah, this one's already in Zendesk Slack in this pod, so I really don't have to worry about it. Let's click on duplicate agent. So now that we have verified it's already in our Zendesk Slack pod, let's head over here and click duplicate agent. So click on that. And now we are doing the same thing, and we can reword these. And now we're going to click on the settings for the trigger, and we're going to select another channel. And we basically just have to do this a few more times until we've accounted for all of our channels. Let's click on duplicate agent again. Let's go to our settings. Let's reference our new channel, IT support. And let's do this one more time. It's a little tedious. And head back to channel and specify general support. And let's click on save. So that should be it. Let's head over to our pod now and see how many agents we have. Let's enable all of these. All right, so everything is now turned on and we have 5 total agents. And originally I said just 2 agents because essentially the 4 agents here are all the duplicates. They're all the same agent. So it's not really 5 different agents working here. It's really just 2 different agents. And then one of the agents just happens to be broken up into 4 other agents, just to listen to all the channels. Now, of course, maybe there's a better way to do it. I just have not seen it, at least for listening to different Slack channels. Now, it would make sense to me for a trigger to be new message posted in one of the following channels, but for some reason, it's not an option. It is what it is. I'm going to click on Edit Agent here, and I'm going to actually rename this. We're going to say Slack to Zendesk Ticket Updater, and this one's General Support. So dash General Support. There we go. Let's head back. And I'm just going to do a little bit of fixing up of the titles here. You can go ahead and follow along if you want, or rename them to whatever makes sense to you. This one would be IT Support. And we have another copy. This one is Billing Support. So update the title, Billing Support. And one more, and then we're done. This one would be Development Support. So let's do dash Dev Support. And there we go. So now we have all of our agents made. Everything should be working correctly. Let's head over to Slack and start answering some of these tickets. So let me do this billing one, and I'm going to say update ticket. And actually, I just noticed an issue. We can't actually update the ticket because our agent never sent us the ticket ID. So let's head back into our agents, and we need to fix that. So head over to agents, and let's head to our main agent, which is the support ticket auto routing system. May have a different name than yours, but it should be pretty close to this. All right, so let me go here, and I'm going to say ensure that you include the ticket number. And let me just copy. I most likely don't need to paste this on every single line. I could just give it a general formatting guide, but for now, testing purposes, this is fine. If I want to clean this up, I could just send all this to ChatGPT and say, can you give me a better guide? Of course, maybe that's not the most intuitive, because then I had to relink all these actions if I just copy pasted everything from ChatGPT, but I believe doing this will be fine. So let's head back to our Zendesk, and let's try to submit a few more tickets. I'm going to say requesters Alex. That's the only user I've got. I could make another one actually. Subject will be, let's say, computer won't turn on. Completely unrelated to anything CloudTrader Academy has to offer, but let's just say my computer won't turn on. This should be IT support. So I'm going to submit it as new. So we have that, and let's do another one, and let's just do a new user. Let's say John Smith. Email is johnsmith@gmail.com. They are a end user, and let's say that the subject is, I'm not really sure what it would classify as general support. I want to make sure all the channels are actively being listened to. I have no idea what would classify as general support. I'd have to look over our guidelines. Oh wait, there is no guidelines for general support. It's just the default that it falls back to. So essentially I'd have to come up with something that doesn't match billing, bug support, or IT support. So I have no idea. I'll just reference billing. I'll say I'd like a refund, and say I just bought futures trading course and I want a refund. Let's submit it as new. All right. So it failed to deliver because this email is not a real email. That's why we're getting this failure here. That's fine. We don't have to worry about that. It won't affect us. It won't affect our use case. So let's go to IT support, and it looks like it included the ticket link. I mean, I guess I can't be surprised here because I never specified the exact format that the agent should send this data as. So let's actually copy all this, and let me go back to our agents and say, let's say all Slack messages should be formatted like the following. I'm going to paste this in here. Oops. Let's say tickets number. We'll say insert tickets number. And for description, we'll say insert description. And this right here will be insert title, or insert ticket title. And the requester, let's just say, oops, let's put that on a new line. Requester, insert user's name. And lastly is summary. Let's say insert summary, and then steps to resolve, and insert general guideline to resolve the issue. Okay, that should be good. Let's try it out. So let's head back over to Zendesk, and this is something that you're just going to have to do with development. It's never going to work out 100% correctly. You're going to have to play around with different settings and different descriptions for these agents to get it to send the data how you would like the data to be sent. So subject, let's try, I don't know, development. Let's say, actually, I'm curious what this would be, if it's developer or not. Let's just say in our platform course, one of the videos contains incorrect material. We'll say in the video, one of the variables has the wrong name. I don't know, doesn't even make sense, but let's submit it. And let's go back to Slack. Let's see if this was one of the older ones. It didn't reference the new formatting guide, so no surprise there that it didn't include the ticket number. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for this new ticket to come in just to ensure that the format's correct. If the format's still not correct, I'm just gonna data dump my instructions over to ChatGPT just to see if the AI agent itself recommends any better ways to lay this out. Because in the end, AI agents will speak best with other AI. Okay, I have now had to update this description one more time just to ensure everything is accurate now. So essentially what I had to do is I had to come into our main agent and say to format all Slack messages in the following way. So include the subject, the ticket ID, description, requester name, the summary, and the suggested steps. Now, when we head over to Slack, we are getting the ticket ID, the name, subject, and description. So this specific ticket is about a user asking for a refund. So I'm going to say update ticket 13, and anything I put after this will be summarized by the AI to then reply to the end user. Now, if I accidentally type in a character like O or something or anything, or if I just send this, it's not going to reply to the end user because it's going to see that that was a misinput of data, and it's not going to send anything to the end user because there is nothing worth noting. So that's just a little kind of fail safe I added to the agent just to account for that. So maybe if I accidentally clicked enter, nothing would get forwarded. So I'm actually going to say update ticket 13. We can refund you as long as it's only been like 7 days or something like that. I know Udemy has a policy, something if you don't use the course, or if you only use up to 10%, or if you're returning with X amount of days, then you can get a refund. So I'm just going to say if it's only been 7 days. So if you can, well, I guess in a real world scenario, we would have that data. We would say, looks like it's only been, and I'm just going to misspell this stuff. The AI agent will fix it. It's been 4 days, so you can get a refund. So if I send that over, our AI agent will read that, and it will give a professional level reply to that ticket. So if we want to go sit over in Zendesk and probably spend some time to find it, all right, perfect. So now you can see that our agent has replied to this email here, and this was just another message followed up by me. But you can see that my simple message posted right here saying that we can refund you as long as it's been 7 days. Luckily, it's only been 4 days, so you can get a refund. I mean, the typing is not professional. Looks like there's some typos. Looks like random characters are in there. But when you look at the agent, sorry, I'm getting all these tabs mixed up. When you look at the agent's message, you can see the professionalism. So thank you for reaching out regarding your refund request. We are able to process a refund as long as it's been within 7 days. According to records, as long as it's been 4 days. So you're eligible for a refund, and then let us know if you want to proceed. So I did send a message here saying, yes, I'd like to proceed. But something worth noting is if you go back to our agent, our original agent, our trigger is only for new tickets. So any activity on a ticket will not automatically be picked up. So I'll leave this as a challenge to you if you want to go further with this specific example. But what you could do, and I'll give you a little hint, you can get rid of this trigger here. So you can say replace, search up Zendesk, click on Zendesk, and then you could say look at new action on a ticket. So if there's new action on whatever ticket has new activity on it, you could then do the following actions. So that's just something if you want to expand on this. Otherwise, that pretty much covers at least a beginner's guide with AI agents on Zapier. And now we're going to finish off Zapier by looking at Canvas. So I'll see you there.